we'll talk off the cuff. Brian, young man, very, very, very solid question. I know that Kenya is moving in the right direction with that kind of questions. Risk assets versus stable. Then why is gold going up and the Dow Jones is going up? Because even if gold has had a slump for the last 2 days, including silver, I saw yesterday it rebounded. So why? I think today, actually not yesterday. Why? Risk. Let's talk about stock market. Is it? Stock market goes against, most of the time, interest rate. Stability is associated with things that are assured. But also stability can come in terms of commodities, the tangibles. So in terms of the tangibles which are commodities, just to answer the gold one now, gold was going up because dollar was going down. Brian. Because this, I'm not talking about the money here that we have. I'm talking about the global capital market has trillions of money. So this money are looking for safe havens. One of the safe haven is the dollar. If the dollar is not stable, the second next is usually gold. Because even previously, before President Nixon, all greenbacks, all notes of dollar were backed by a gold reserve somewhere. You could go give in $1, you get out gold. But nowadays we hold fiat. Fiat means we have more money in circulation than it is backed by the gold. So people now bypass the dollar and they go to the gold. The demand for the gold goes up, the price goes up. That is the reason. The very last one about oil. Oil is not going up because actually of a supply of Russia or anything. Oil was going up last week because of Iran. The imminent attack of Iran by the US was sending to the market signals of undersupply. So when it was seen like there is a semblance of people talking in a gentle manner, the market realized there could not be the disruption of supply. So the oil retreated, including today. Oil prices were going down. The second one, Liz, research on primary production. I found some very unexpected findings in my master's in the University of Nairobi, because I was doing primary production, manufacturing, and how they affect the Kenyan economy. I found that for the last 40 years, increment in manufacturing has been leading to a low economic growth. It is some, and I shared with my supervisors, I said, data, you have to obey data. This is the reason. In banal terms, has the GDP of Kenya been going up? For the last 40 years, it has gone up. Almost every year. GDP of Kenya. Has it been going up? In wholesome? Now, has the composition of manufacturing in GDP been going up or down? Just reflecting in that answer, the answer is there. Look at this. Has the GDP of Kenya been going up for the last 40 years? Yes. Has the proportion of manufacturing as a component of GDP in percentage terms been going up or down? Down. To the current level, which is single digit. So, manufacturing as a composition of GDP is going up, going down. But our GDP has been going up. So if you compute those figures, how can they give you a different result? But this is the real reasons. What we call manufacturing in Kenya is not manufacturing. The biggest manufacturer in Kenya, in KAM, Kenya Association of Manufacturers, tuseme hapa ilikuwa meeting round table, they are the ones who would be in this table. Which ones? Edible oils. Edible oils would be seated where the president is seated. Are you getting? But this is a commodity which is the second highest import in Kenya from oil. Now, if you compute that alone in terms of GDP, it is more of an import than a manufacturer. But then when it goes to the books record it as manufacturing. Is that manufacturing or branding and blending? There is a ticket of 120 billion import of edible oil. But the guys are seated here as manufacturers. Is it? But they bring whatever they use, the real component, is a 120 billion ticket of import. And they don't manufacture to sell outside. So that is the reason. The second thing we call manufacturing is vehicles. Just tell me. So Isuzu in Kenya, they manufacture vehicles? Or do they do? Whatever they assemble is a what? It is an import. So when you are doing a regression analysis and you want to regress, does an import make the economy rise or go down? An import? The answer lies there. Jane talked about clarification, buying shares versus buying companies. When you get time, read about Berkshire Hathaway and Warren Buffett. He's one of my guys. Those who are there. Warren Buffett and his company called Berkshire Hathaway. You can actually Google. Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett is the man who founded it, with another one called Charlie Munger. But the company, the guy is now 97. He retired as a CEO this December when he was 96. As a CEO of over $1 trillion company. $1 trillion company. So, he says this, and I have taken it up also myself. When you are buying the shares of Kenya Power, you must do the analysis like you are buying the entire company. When you are buying shares in Safaricom, don't talk about, sometimes people say, share inatoka 150. Kama hii niliwaambia DTB, the price is 130. So when you tell a person, share 130. Si kuna shares inatoka 5 bob. Si tununue hiyo ya 5 bob. But you have not done the analysis. Hii kampuni iko na how many shares? Because the share may be 100, but they only have 1 million shares. So the entire company is 100 million shares. But the share may be 1 shilling, but they have 100 billion shares. So the worth of the company is 100 billion. That comes to play when they are paying dividend. When you have more shares, you distribute dividend across many shares. When you have fewer shares, you distribute dividend across fewer shares. So when you are doing the analysis of buying shares, discard completely the issue of shares. Point to the issue of the company. And when you see the company, you could buy it. If you got the money by itself, then buy the share. Otherwise, Masari Gaido, I get you. And the very last one, President, in that Berkshire Hathaway, you realize something they did because you called me about crisis and investments. In 2007, 2008, when Otedora was watching the TV and his heart was sinking, Warren Buffett was seated somewhere like this. Anapimia watu hivi. You know the kind of demeanor you have when you know what you know? You know that demeanor? When you are so confident about what you know and you are smiling when other guys are holding their breath. That is how the old man was walking around in Wall Street. Why? He had already started piling money. Out of the analysis I gave you about global economies, how they come and you study them. So he's very good. He actually have no expert in Berkshire Hathaway has 12 staff. Chairman, allow me. Just Google for me. The word president. Can you Google for me there? I'm allowing him. I'm pleading he allow me 1 minute. Google. Market cap of Berkshire Hathaway. Berkshire is BRKIE. Berkshire. Berkshire Hathaway. Market cap. Somebody with it? Market cap of Berkshire Hathaway? 1.03 trillion. Trillion dollars. Because they have hundreds of companies. One of their companies, depending on where you Geico Insurance in the US, Coca-Cola that you take, the highest shareholder is Berkshire Hathaway. Even this one, you are into the Warren Buffett's pocket today. Now, between you and Warren Buffett, who should be giving you his other money? But you are here donating money to him. So he has thousands of companies. At some point, they were this investors in BYD. You know this car you are buying now in Kenya? He actually exited from that company last year after he had made money 30 times of what he invested. BYD. So what did he do? 2007, 2008 financial crisis. He had piled money. Out of the analysis globally, he knew there is a bubble coming. So the markets was running, and the guys could meet in the AGM of Berkshire. They asked them, you guys, shares are going up and you are not buying. You are piling cash. He was responding, Turia tu kidogo. 2007 came, the market crashed. But Warren Buffett had sacks of money, $1 billion, waiting to snatch. When the markets went down, companies were begging him, invest even $1 in our company just to give the market confidence that you are good people. Because Warren Buffett just insinuating he's investing in your company was sending signals to the market that you are not so bad. So he ended up buying Bank of America, Merrill Lynch, and other companies for a song. You know the way Safaricom is being bought for a song? By Vodacom. So Warren Buffett was buying these companies for a song. He bought all these companies. Afterwards, the company adaba ananunua share $5 inapada inafika 80. That's how he's been able to accumulate that company to be a $1 trillion company. Guys, I am so grateful. Thank you very much.